Hey there, listeners. I just wanted to take a moment to apologize for the delays in sessions as of late. With the holidays upon us and all the other distractions going on right now, it's been tricky. The good news is I will get you all caught up before the new year. We've got Eat the Reich, a Hallmark movie one-shot, and Santa's Workshop. So much fun and festivity and lots of Nazi killing. I hope you enjoy, and thanks for listening. Hello, listeners, and welcome to the Wednesday Night Crew. Tonight, we will be playing Eat the Reich. We get to play vampire Nazi hunters. Oh, what fun. There's so much violence. So much violence. Lots of trigger warnings for this set of sessions.
Welcome, everyone, to the Wednesday Night Crew. Today, we are playing Eat the Reich, a vampire World War II game from Rowan, Rook, and Descartes. This is a game that has gotten some love over the last year or so that it's been out, and I thought we'd give it a try with this group because really, who doesn't want to fight Nazis? And this is a super violent game, and it is an over-the-top violent game. So just be warned from a tone and content standpoint that there is going to be lots of blood, lots of death, but it's going to be all towards Nazis, which is always a good thing.
And it's probably going to be an attempt at being funny too, right? So, it'll be funny, super gory.
Yes, I think splatterpunk is what we're looking for here,
There you
right?
go,
Like Grindhouse,
Nice.
splatterpunk, all that fun stuff. So we're excited to play Eat the Reich. I am Sean, and I will be game mastering it today. And we've got quite the crew of vampires with us today. And I thought we would let everyone introduce their characters maybe at a high level because we want to have some surprises as the game goes along and maybe not give away all your secrets. So, Bill, do you want to tell us who you're playing tonight?
Oh man, I gotta be first. Okay, yeah. So I'm playing Cosgrave. I will reveal my attempt at his character voice, in game. So I will simply leave it at a Hackney necromancer that is medically dead. And I'm gonna leave it there.
Fair enough.
There's some juicy stuff on this top sheet that I just want to save for later.
Sounds good. Andrew, you're next on my board. Do you want to introduce your character?
Yes, I will be playing Flint, a half bat, half human, all nightmare, a monstrous hunter with a taste for blood. Actually, I've been, I guess, sustaining myself on peasants in the Alsace region, but living in my cave. But I got ousted by Nazis, and now I've switched I'm going to be feeding almost exclusively on Nazis until I regain my home.
Your diet has changed.
Yes.
Very good. Chad, who are you playing tonight?
I'm going to be playing Erna. Erna is the most put together of the group. She's got a slim black trench coat. You see a sequin garment kind of peeking out at her neckline there. And I'm assuming the rest of the group were familiar with each other, so you know that she's well-to-do and comes from means. And she's powerful, even though she may not look it.
Very good. Thank you. Chris, who are you tonight?
Well, unlike Arena there, I'm from the other side of the tracks there. My name's Chuck. I'm just happy to be here with y'all. I'm a cowboy, got my 6 shooters and got my fangs, and, it'll be nice to dig in, because last time I dug into somebody, it wasn't rightly appreciated around parts I grew up in, so it'll be nice to dig in where it's allowed and where it's okay. And yep, that's my thing.
Glad to hear it. And finally, our 5th player tonight is John. John, do you want to do an introduction of your character?
Yes, tonight I will be Nicole. Nicole is the badass guerrilla fighter of the group, packing more ammunitions than the rest of the gang combined, ready to blow holes, blow buildings, anything, get it all down, get it out of the way. Let's go.
Well, wait, you're a gorilla that's a fighter?
Gorilla yes. Yes, a gorilla vampire fighter. Yeah. that is the
Well, I mean, no, we got a
What have
zombie,
gorillas ever
vampires.
done to
Could be a
you?
gorilla,
Why are
right?
you
Like a
fighting
real
gorillas?
You know?
Is there a comic book character named Gorilla? Because there should be.
There's Magilla Gorilla.
There's
No,
Gorilla-
I want-
there's also Gorilla Grodd.
I know there's, yeah. But
Oh,
there
I
needs to
get
be
it. I get
a
it. The
Gorilla
two
Gorilla.
spellings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a South American revolutionary.
Yeah.
Yeah. A
Viva la
gorilla, that's a
resistance.
gorilla.
So dumb.
Anyways, that's my next RPG idea. But,
There you go. Now
That's-
you've ruined it by giving it to all of our
right?
patrons and
Gorilla.
listeners out there.
Bill, I want you to edit that out and
Yes, got it.
in post.
All right, so you have all been brought together by Fang, a secret group that was brought together 6 months ago. Not only are there vampires, but you've also seen around headquarters walking corpses, morally gray wizards, and really a good administrative staff that keeps everything in line and is doing everything they can to get an ally victory here against Nazis, because Hitler and Germany have really done a number on Europe here, and you're really their last chance. And rumor has it that Hitler is preparing to reveal a new breed of fascist lycanthrope, a crack squadron of werewolves, and so nobody wants any of that. So you're out there. Fang, which no one knows what the acronym Fang stands for, but it's out there, is led by Commander Slate, a mortal who reports directly to Allied Command. She has inspirational speeches, and her leadership has seen Fang succeed against the odds on a number of tense engagements. But now she's brought the five of you together for what is hoping to be one final mission and really put the Allied victory to the test. It's 1943. Europe is at war. Illuminated by the dull red lights of the bomber hangar where you're at, Commander Slate paces back and forth on the steel plates of the plane's floor. The last 6 months have led us to this point. This is our final move. Your mission is to kill Adolf Hitler and his Zeppelin atop the Eiffel Tower. There are 5 steel boxes hanging from the roof of the airplane. Each of you is in one of them, surrounded by metal except for one little plate of glass where your eyes are, where you can see Commander Slate. Each of you is looking around at her and as well as each other. She continues, "It's hot as hell down there, folks. Once you arrive, you'll be swarmed with Nazi scum until this is done and dusted." She walks over to a large lever mounted toward the front of the airplane bomber. "Godspeed and good luck." She salutes you, pulls down the lever, and the coffins drop from the bomber plane, heading straight towards France. So you're each sort of bound in this coffin that's dropping to the earth, and there is no sign whatsoever of any sort of parachute. You could just feel like the descent velocity increase as it starts bounding towards the ground. And they were hoping to get you as close to the Eiffel Tower as possible, but some sort of magic has blown you off course, and you're going to land somewhere in Sector 3. Chris, where do you think you're going to land in Sector 3 here? You've got 6 choices. The Place de la Sirène, the Grand Magasin Martin, the Catacombs, the Hotel L'Etoile, the Graveyard, or Saint Médard Church.
We are going to land probably in the Grand Magasin Martin. And forgive me for trying to be Spanish and French at the same time. I can't.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I butchered it. So you've never done a drop like this before. in these coffins. And what happens is you head down, as I said, at very, very high velocity in these coffins. And when you hit the ground in Grand Magasin Martin, it is a multi-level department store, and you crash through the roof, boom, 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 through all 5 floors of this department store until you land on the first floor, which has got oversized ceilings, and each one of your coffins hits the ground. When you hit the ground, your entire body just turns into like paste because of how fast you were doing. It just sort of splats everywhere. But luckily, Fang has thought ahead, and surrounding you are bags of blood, which also burst when they hit the ground as well, flooding blood all over you as each of you gets to full health. And you each open your coffin fully at health from the blood that has brought you back to life, an undead life, but a life of a sort, into the middle of this department store.
So
you see people screaming,
on the
going up and down. Yeah.
Do we get a full 10 blood then?
No, you have none. So all 10 blood was used to reincarnate you. So you're at 0 blood right now.
Okay,
but the blood that was there got you up to full strength. You do have your gear though. So any gear that you might have.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt you.
You hear customers screaming as they're running every which way. Some of you are in the perfume section. Others of you are in ladies' clothes, and others of you are in shoes. As all 5 of you stand up, you realize you must make your way out of this maze-like building and get out of here to your next location. But you must have been picked up on radar on the way down, because through both 3 sets of doors come a couple of infantry squads. They've got guns. They start shooting at you. So your objective here is to get your way out of this crazy maze-like building while also defending yourself against this infantry squad, and get your way out together and meet on the outside. John, you see Nazis swarming at you. What would Nicole like to do?
Nicole's reaching down, and she is pulling off a smoke grenade and lobbing it towards the Nazis to give a little bit of cover as we reorient after this drop.
Sounds good. You may roll your pool of dice. So however many dice for that would be a ranged attack. So shoot, okay. I would say. And then I don't know what other bonuses you have for that, but
the smoke grenades would give +1 for cover advance.
Okay.
If this is a cover advance, or if this is just cover.
I would say it would be a cover advance if you're trying to beat the objective, which is to get out of here.
We'd
get out of the building. So you could put that bonus die towards, if it's a success, towards the objective, but not towards the damage. Would be towards the infantry squad, but the advance would be towards the objective.
Okay, roll these. There are 3 4s and a 5 and a 1.
Oh wow! So you have 4 successes.
4 successes.
So you can put those towards the objective. At least one of them has to go to the objective, and then the other ones can either go to defense, blood, or damage.
So I lob the smoke grenade over. It catches one of the Nazis point blank as it fires off, and with shrapnel takes him down. So okay. 1 for damage. It then starts spewing out smoke, and it happens to spew out a lot, enough to completely cover sort of one of the hallways where they were coming from.
Yep.
And there's a draft in here that carries a bit of the smoke another way, and we'll use 2 towards the objective for that, and then Nicole will run over under the guise of the smoke and rip one of their heads off and drink from the severed neck directly.
Give yourself 1 blood.
Okay.
Damn. Baller move.
Chad, you want to
done.
be up next?
Oh yeah. So, as Erna notices the distraction happening,
By the way, they were caught by surprise with your smoke and do no damage towards you on that on their attack on you, John.
Nice.
Sorry about that. Go ahead, Chad.
well, that's even better. So she sees the group of Nazis over there, and she sleeks up towards the kind of the backside of them, stealthily unzips the trench coat sleek trench coat that she has, revealing her sequined black dress that she's won to be about in, and poses herself ever so elegantly as a mannequin, and then just will wait to, right in the spotlight, of maybe a little bit of a moon glint that's coming down, and as the fog fades, she's in this just beautiful pose and just awe-inspiring. And she'll, do that and see if she can get someone to walk by her and notice her, and then she will try to go for blood.
Roll that pool of dice, my man.
Right.
Or my girl.
So, I'm assuming this is like a con because she's trying to just
Hey, con or sneaky, I would say. Like con or sneak, whichever one you think is more appropriate.
Yeah, so she's trying to create a false impression. I'm thinking that's con. It's 2 4s.
All right. Well, you have 2 successes. I'm going to let you know that they're on to you, and they are going to, at least one of them is going to do some damage to you because they got 3 successes on that. So you'll be able to get 1 Nazi, but you're going to also take an injury here.
Okay. So
one of the two of them get close to you, and you just wipe one out immediately, and you can do whatever. You tell me what you want to do, but you have 2 successes, but then you're also going to take a damage.
okay. And she didn't gain any blood because she wasn't going for blood. I guess she was going for like distracting and attacking, right?
Okay.
Is the way we took that. I'm assuming.
Yeah. So you want to do 2 damage to the infantry squad then? Or do you want to try to?
I want to do 1 blood and 1 damage. Can I do that?
Yes, you can.
Okay, great.
So you kill one, and then tell me how you kill one and how you get blood from the other one before the third one is onto you and sees it and does damage to you.
Well, it might be one and the same. As she's standing there, and one of them walks by and looks distracted, she kind of springs to life. She says, "Bonjour," and sinks her fangs down, and breaks her pose, sinks her fangs down into it, and that's how she kills the one. And maybe that's how she gets the blood, because she gets, she only did 1 damage, so maybe it's just one and the same.
Got it. Cool.
Yeah. And then she has no more actions, right? So she's going to suffer the recourse of springing her trap and being exposed.
Yeah, so you could roll a 1d6, and then depending on what you roll, you're going to
it's a 6. We're starting out great.
So what does that do for your? I'm sorry, you're not Nicole. You are
Erna.
Erna. So you have a shoulder injury, huh? One of them was able to put a bayonet in your shoulder before succumbing. We're going to say, Andrew, you're up.
Sure. Well, I don't need to see in order to attack, since I'm a bat. So I walk into before Irina gets into her fight, I walk past her and I whistle at her. And then
echolocate her.
I start. No, that was Yes, I was orienting myself. That's what I was doing. I start clicking as I walk into the thickest of the smoke, and I can see well enough with sound that I can recognize friend from foe. And hopefully they can't attack back because they can't see. So they'll be swinging wildly. I don't know how many are in here. You can tell me. But each one is going to get a rake from my claws, my real claws, not my steel ones. And one of them, I will attempt to suck blood out. I will rip his uniform off his shoulders, and as I do that, his skin comes with it, and he just peels down to his chest, and then I bite his shoulder and take blood. And then the other actions, whatever I have, this would be brawl. I will roll 4 dice, I believe.
Okay.
Two successes, 2 4s. So I injure one. No, one has to.
So they have
go
one
to the
success. So you have 2 successes. They have 1 success. So you can do objective, defense, threat, or blood.
I need blood to start using abilities. So
So 1 blood, and then what do you want to do with your other success? Objective, defense, or bad guy?
Defense.
Okay.
I'm using the smoke as cover, and if somebody starts swinging, I will step behind one of its fellows.
Yes, they thought that they were going to get you, but at the last minute, they didn't realize that you could fly and had wings, and you swoop over them from what would surely have been a damaging blow. We're going to say that Bill is up, and then Chris is on deck.
So where do we write, if we get damage, where do we write that down?
So towards the bottom of your character sheet, it says...
Is that the injuries?
Yep, injuries, exactly.
Okay. All right. So... okay, so I see. Is anybody so we're still
there's always Nazis around. What you could do whatever. There'll be Nazis there.
Okay. All right. So
there is it is a very there are customers still here, non-Nazis, that are still roaming around the department store screaming because all of a sudden these coffins came crashing through the roof of the building. So there's still customers running around, but there are a number of armed Nazis, as well as a smoke grenade's gone off. So there is some cover, and you guys are trying to get out of here, but Nazis in the way.
Yeah. So I'm making my eye for the exit and seeing that there's Nazis in the way. So Cosgrave stands. So I stand up, and and it's all kind of deliberately slow for a second. I'm like, ugh. And I'm stretching my back out and kind of twist and turn a little bit, and you can hear like anybody close by hears just a bunch of it sounds like popcorn, just crackling noises, right? Of cracking all these different bones and whatnot. Look around. What's all this then? Oh, this won't do. And I run forward. I pull out my I'm just running, and I pull out my sawed-off shotgun, and then in midair, I jump up to kind of jump over, but then pointing my shotgun down, like my sawed-off shotgun down to shoot a couple of them, to shoot at least one in the face, because then I get. That would be shoot, right? Plus then but I also get +2 pluses for point blank on sawed-off shotgun.
Okay.
But then that's equipment, and it's got 3 boxes, so I check one off when I use it once. Is that what
Correct.
that means?
Yep.
Okay, got it. All right. So I'm going to do that. And I got 1 success, a 6.
Well, 6 counts for 2. So
okay.
So a 6 is always is 2. So you've got 2 things. They did not get any successes.
Okay.
So you've got your choice of what you want to do with your 2 successes. There's
okay.
Objective, threat. You don't have to worry about defense, or you could do blood.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm 100% going to as I'm in the air, I'm going to shoot one. So point blank, sawed off to the face, entire front of the face shreds off. Completely unrecognizable, whatever's left of the head, which probably isn't much of anything. And as I land, I just kind of grab the head of another one, like really like almost like short stop motion animation style. I grab it and I pull its head over and I bite its neck and suck some blood out and then throw the body to the ground.
All right. So
And
one
I
more
just-
damage. We did
yeah, and I
one
keep-
damage to the threat, and you got one
Yep.
blood.
And I just
Um,
keep kind of trying to walk like forward, like with the intention to exit.
Got it. Chris, you're up. And just an FYI, I know this only applies to Chad right now, but 3 blood cures you of 1 injury.
3 blood of 1 injury.
Yep. So if you get 3 blood, you can spend those 3 blood to get rid of an injury.
Okay. But I want to use skills, so this is going to be tough.
Yes, exactly.
All right. So under the cover of this cloud, my Chuck comes out, puts on his blood-soaked hat, and you see like just a drip of blood fall off it, and then just gonna run into the nearest batch of Nazis and just start brawling away. With fists. I got a 4-4-2.
So you have 2 successes. They have 1 success. So again, your choices are what to do with your 2 successes against their 1 success. You could defend against it and not get that attack, or you could do blood, go for the objective, go for the threat.
So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna so I can use 1 for each. Like I could use 1 defense and 1 blood. Get 1 blood. Is that
Exactly.
so? Yeah, that's so what I'm gonna do. I see them. I jump in. I see the one Nazi. He goes to shoot, but I grab his Nazi friend, and just the bullets just start riddling the Nazi, in front of me, killing him. But as I, and then as he like falls to the ground, I just dig my hand into him and I pull out his liver, and I just start chowing down on the dead Nazi liver, and that's how I gain my blood while avoiding damage.
All right. We are at the end of the first round, and the threat is still there. You guys have made some progress on seeing ways out, but have not quite gotten rid of the objective yet. And we are going to start this round with Andrew. Andrew, what would you like to do?
Still in the big smoke cloud is starting to dissipate. I don't know how many Nazis are around me, but I am going to
consider
make
the way the Nazis work is the threat exists, and there's just an unknown number of them. They're almost like a swarm, like when we do like swarms of rats and stuff. You're like making them smaller, but there's still enough Nazis around to do whatever. So
I'm trying to make a hole so we can
get through.
Maybe this isn't the way to get out, but I'm going to assume it is because I'm here. I'm going to continue to click so my people, my homies, know where I am, and just continuing to slaughter anything that's living. I can hear heartbeats. Anything that's living in this corridor until the smoke runs out. Then I'm going to have to worry about defense. So what do? I roll again 4 dice as brawl. And this time I have 2 5s and a 6, which
So you
is
have
4 successes.
Yep, they've got 2 successes.
Again,
Decide what you want to do: defense, objective, threat, or blood.
well, I'm still like feasting on that guy whose skin I just tore off. So I want to use that one for blood. And 2, I guess, for defense.
Yep.
Again, I'm going to use the smoke as cover and have them kill one another with their wild attacks. And the last one, I want to remove another Nazi in my attempt to create a hole. That guy just gets disemboweled with the claws on my feet. while I'm feasting on the claws.
You're definitely noticing that the infantry squadron seems to be to be slowing down. But Jonathan, there are still plenty of Nazis out there. Your smoke is still providing you some cover as you guys are trying to get out of this closed-in space. What would you like to do, Jonathan?
So I whip out my M3 submachine gun and point it towards another group sort of away from the smoke. And I start a full frontal advance right on them while I just try to blast through and start heading down whatever corridor that happens to be.
All right. One of them gets a shot in at you, so you have to decide how you want to use your successes, if you have any.
Okay. Is this a shoot as well here?
I would say so with a
Okay.
submachine gun, yes.
Oh, that's only one success. Oh.
Do you want to use a flashback, Jonathan, or is it too early?
No, you know what? We'll go ahead and do that here.
All right. So once per session, for those of you listening at home, our vampires can use a flashback to trigger and spur themselves on to victory because, hey, we're not going to let Hitler win that easily. All right. So roll me a 6-sided die and tell me what you got, Jonathan.
That's a 6.
All right. You remember a time when you and another vampire were sabotaging a field gun. This was like in the early days of the war when the Germans were making great advances, and somehow you got behind enemy lines and were trying to sabotage a field gun with improvised explosions. Could you roll me another 6-sided die?
6 again.
All right. And really, really close to you is Chad. Irna. And you don't want Irna to see you fail like this with your submachine gun. What do they, Irna, most respect about you, Nicole? And tie it back into that time when you were trying to sabotage that machine gun with Irna.
Yeah.
In the early days of the war. Well, no, Nicole's going to describe. So, yeah, I mean, if you want to say what you most respect about Nicole, go for it, Chad. And then Irna can tell what she's going to do to what she did back in the day to earn that respect.
Yeah. So Irna kind of just gives her a look and without speaking it, kind of grins her teeth, remembering that Irna had great strength in that moment and something that her slim body can't do, but she knows Nicole is capable of.
Nicole, what did you do back on that mission to sabotage that field gun?
So as we were trying to sabotage it, we were removing a bolt, and we felt like we didn't quite have enough leverage to do this. And we knew that if we removed this bolt, we were gonna be able to swivel it and turn it away from its objective. And I managed to get a long piece of pipe onto our wrench here and really just torqued the whole thing, bent the pipe almost in half while I was doing it, but managed to crack that bolt off, break it off, and then we could adjust the gun away and point it in another direction.
At that point, and we'll just lean into the story of that. And Irna just sees the littlest of openings in the gun hole and bloop, pops in one of her explosive runes and gives a wink as they saunter off. And the gun barrel splays open.
You two walk off into the distance, not even noticing the explosion behind you as you walk off happily. Our flashback ends, and Nicole has a chance to re-roll all of her dice back in the the department store. Will there be a success this time?
There's 2 successes. We did all that for a single additional.
Hey, but it was worth it, man.
It was fun. It was fun.
So what would you like to do with your success?
Oh, with the 2
Or
successes.
two. You have 2. They had one success against you. So even though you're heading towards them, one of them is able to get off a shot. It looks like it might hit you. Do you want to defend against it, or how do you want to use your successes?
Oh, I'm just using both successes to try to mow him down with this gun. There's no mercy. I'm not getting out of the way. I'm standing my ground. I crave death and glorious battle in this. If this is how it ends, that's all right by me.
So you do two against the threat of the infantry squad.
Yes.
Is that what I'm hearing? All right, and then you can roll a dive to take 1 injury.
2. Oh, that's not a good one, is it? Oh no, that's a headshot.
It's a headshot already.
1 and 2.
Oh no, you do the first. You do the
Oh,
first
I do
one
the
and then
first one. I'm
yeah, so
dazed then. I'm
you're
just
dazed.
dazed. Okay,
So,
okay.
the Nazi gets a shot off at you and like stuns you for a second as you start to not you weren't used to being shot, at least not so quickly. Stunning move. We'll go to Chad since you just saw Nicole and really you almost shared that flashback together, but you're up, man.
And she'll lean into that. So she'll see that now Nicole needs some strength and guidance, and leaning into that exact flashback, she'll take out one of her explosive runes out of her pocket, and we're making our way towards kind of the you know what, we're making our way towards like towards the front, but there's some side doors that are there, and she'll throw out one of her explosive runes, blowing open the door. Hopefully that's near the way that Flint was heading, and now exposes a side door that's been blown open to the apartment.
Excellent. Roll your dice and tell me what you got.
Yeah, I don't know what throwing an explosive would be. Is that shoot? Is that
I would probably say shoot.
yeah, it didn't really say for explosive runes, and it's double plus on concealed, but I don't think we're concealed.
Hey, you're concealed by the smoke that's still there from
All right.
give yourself some extra stuff if necessary.
Yikes. Oh wait, 3s are good. No, 3s are bad.
4, 5s, and 6s is what you need, man.
1 success to hopefully throw this rune towards the door. And
Do you want to take a flashback here, or do you want to just use that one?
I think I shared that with Nicole. So I'm going to save mine for a minute.
All right. So do you want to use your one then to blow a hole in towards your objective?
Blow open the employee door that looked like it was locked and chained.
All right. I'm going to say that's another success towards the objective there. The good news is you have started to open up another potential exit out of this building. On the other hand, once you do that, you see that there's an armored car filled with Nazis that is starting to roll towards the entrance of the department store. Chris, why don't you go next? And Bill, you'll be on deck. Chris, the infantry squad is in really bad shape.
The armored car's rolling in. What's
the
going
armored-
on?
Yeah, so like the infantry squad is really sort of decimated at this point, but there's an armored car going through what is a new door opened by Irna. I would say that you've got a chance to continue to find your way out, use to go towards the objective, or you could do something to this armored car, or you could do there's enough bad guys still around that if you wanted to try to suck some blood or do something else, you could go for that.
Now I think I'm gonna grab a gun. You know, one of these guns that a dead Nazi has dropped. I'm gonna try to shoot out some windows to find a way out of this place. I figured we're on the ground floor. This looks like a fancy department store. It's got big windows. I'm gonna shoot them out.
Sure. Yeah.
So that is 2 successes, a 5 and a 4 to start blasting away.
They got 1 success. So either you're going to defend out of the side of your eye, you see a guy who you thought was down on the ground coming towards you. Do you want to defend against that? Do you want to use your 2 against the objective, or how do you or what do you want to do with your 2 successes?
I want to split it. So here's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I see this guy and I take the gun and I blast him down as I pull around to shoot out the glass. So one against the guy and one against the glass in front of me. And I say, "We here are the Foundation Against Nazi Guys." Maybe. Can't stop us. Come on. Let's go, y'all.
Bill, you're up. There's Nazis getting close to you. They look like they're going to do some damage. There's also more openings happening, and there's this armored car. Tell me what you want to do.
Yeah,
and how you're going to do it.
Chuck's not by the armored car, is he?
Chuck no, he's not by it yet. He's open. He's near where he's shooting out more windows that are over there, but not.
I assume I can get. Hopefully, I could get to the armored car potentially, right? Or just tell you what I want to try to do.
You can make it happen, man. You've got super speed, super strength. You could get there if you need to.
Cool. So I'm running at breakneck speed towards this armored vehicle, and as I get close enough to it, I'm going to. Well, here, let me just do this. I'm just going to roll my dice and tell you what I got, and I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do.
Yeah, there you go. I love it.
All right, so let me just, and then because I'll explain why I've got, like, we'll see what I get. That'll help tell me the tale here. Oh, I got a 4 and 2 6s.
All right, so you have basically 5 successes that you can use here.
Oh, this is amazing. And that was 5 dice, and I'll tell you why it was 5 dice, because they used another piece of my equipment.
All right.
And I rolled sneak, plus I rolled my bottled ghosts, which allows me to pass through walls. So this is what I'm going to do. So I'm making a breakneck sprint. So I've got 5 of these 5 things I can do, right? So I'm going to use 1 to advance the whatever
against the objective.
Yes, 100%.
Yep.
And then as I get really close to the vehicle, because I still have 4, I take a Nazi that's like the closest Nazi between me and the car, and I grab him. I grab him by the head, and then I just put both hands on either side and just do a quick twist and snap his neck and watch him drop to the ground. I say, "Oh, that was an easy snapper," and then as I then take out my ghost bottle, and I like phase into the vehicle.
Oh, nice.
Okay, and then like, so how many? Is it just one driver? Like, is there what do we got in there?
There's not however many you need.
Whatever. Okay, cool. All right, because I've got no. This is fine. So I've got 3 left, right? So
you've done one towards the objective, and you've done, right?
Yeah, the one Nazi that I killed, just straight killed him. So then I've got 3 more. So we're gonna say in this armored vehicle that there's 2. You know what? Let's advance the thing 2 instead of 1.
The objective?
Yes, the objective. Sorry, I keep forgetting that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna phase into the vehicle. There's a guy driving and the guy in the passenger side, and I'm just gonna like kind of like grab, like headlock them around the foreheads, and I'm just gonna kind of lean in. I'm just gonna suck the blood out of each one.
Okay.
And just drain them so that they just like so they go down, and I'll get 2 blood, and then the vehicle, and like, if you'll allow it, I'll like kind of try to scooch the one dude out of the driver's seat to stop the vehicle.
Got it.
And I roll down the window. I'm like, "Oi, I gotta go way out over here."
All right. So we are at the end of that round. The good news is that you have all got a way out of the building. So you've succeeded in that last push that Cosgrave made. got you through that there's free light outside. You could get out of this building. The infantry squad's starting to regroup and come after you. And the armored car is still there to some extent, but you can all meet outside and sort of finish off this these Nazis here as you really sort of all together. Once you have open air, the 5 of you group them all together and just wipe out the rest of this squad in the armored car. And you've completed your first objective in Eat the Reich of clearing out and escaping the Grand Magasin Martin. Yay, group. All right. So the question is, where do you want to go from here? You see that there is a what is that place? Within your not so far away, you can see a fancy hotel. You can see an entrance to what might be a catacombs on the other side. There is looks to be some activity at a graveyard not too far away. And then there's sort of a like the fancy town square over to the other side. You want to make your way towards the Eiffel Tower, but there's so many Nazis around that you're just like itching to go after one of them. Who would like to decide? I forget who decided we were going to. Chris, you decided we were going to the thing. Let me see. We will have John decide, or John's baby decide.
Where do you want to go, Vampire Spawn? Where do you want to go, little Vampire Spawn?
Catacombs, hotel, graveyard, or town square?
Oh, let's go to the catacombs. Catacombs, do those sound fun? Yeah, let's go to the catacombs.
Okay, none of you have heard me speak. I just use clicks, but I can communicate. It's just really uncomfortable for the listener. In that it's ultrasound that I send directly at your head, and I say, and it's like it makes your skull ring. But only you can hear me say, but there's officers at the hotel.
Mm.
I mean, otherwise I'm chill with like catacombs, but.
You want to go to the hotel then? If we know there's officers at the hotel, we could go to the hotel, little Vampire Spawn.
You also realize, and maybe you as a bat might know this pretty well, Flint, that maybe the catacombs would lead underground and you could come up inside the hotel basement if you make your way through the catacombs.
Well, that's a good point.
But again, the choice is up to you guys.
We do have an armored car that we can just crash the gates, which none of you hear me say because this is out of game and I'm not actually screeching into your head.
and as a bat creature, you might not be able to work an armored vehicle, but you're all for it.
I envisioned like driving in a bunch of like whack ass weird vampires all in this car.
Exactly.
Except for like maybe Flint's like hanging out on the outside or something, because like he's part bat, so he's just kind of like holding on or something.
All right. What do you think? So Flint has offered
just a suggestion.
Flint has offered the suggestion to you, Nicole. Nicole, I'll give you the final say here on what you would like to do.
If Flint had said something about there being officers at the hotel, I think she would take that into consideration and say, let's go to the hotel.
All right. Well, your objective here is to make a suitable entrance into the hotel. And as Flint noted, or somebody noted, you do have an armored vehicle. So would you like to make a very suitable entrance into this Swiss hotel that caters to the family of visiting dignitaries? It's one of the last functional it also has one of the last functional grand pianos in Paris that takes a pride of being in the 6-story bar. And so how would you like to enter the hotel, and what would you do when you get there? Want to crash in?
May I propose as driving the vehicle, like crash in through the front entrance, whether it's like through a fence or into the actual doors itself. So kind of crash through and basically just sort of skid out of control and sort of spin around and then slide in the dirt and the pavement.
Paris drift.
Yeah, exactly. And like up and up like right up to the front step. Um, and then I just say, boy, hey, front door service, get out, let's go.
So you crash in through the door. You're in a hotel lobby. Um, there's screaming desk clerks on one side, a screaming doorman on the other who start to run into the cloak closet, and then you see a grand staircase that leads up to a open area. There you see a number of what look to be Nazi officers in their finest uniforms. They all look over at you and say something in German that I don't know, and then start shooting at you with their pistols.
Ach du Lieber.
Cosgrave just starts.
Achtung, and then Bill, I'll let you go first this time since you suggested the entrance.
Cosgrave just starts drooling. He's like, "Oh, hey, oh fuck yeah, it's gonna be great." And he says, "Hey, Chucky, let's go. The higher the rank, the sweeter the blood." And he just kind of he jumps out of the driver's seat, and so the Nazis are just on the they're up on the second floor.
Yeah, they're up on
Okay.
they're at the top of the
Fair, that's
staircase.
fine.
And two, like all of a sudden, like you hear the bullets coming around you. These officers seem to know what they're doing, even though they've had a few drinks. Their aim seems to be true. You might be taking an injury unless, depending on how you do, if you want to defend, if you want to attack, you let me know what your successes are, and we'll go from there. Because they got 2 successes to start off with.
Hold on, I'm checking out my special stuff real quick. Hang on.
Sure. Hey, we'll do Andrew next.
Okay.
Andrew, think about what you're going to do.
If I can use an ability as part of what I do, right? Is that how that works?
You can use ability, and as long as you've got if it costs blood or anything, some of them do and some of them don't.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is called a back pocket hex. Reduce a threat's attack rating by 1.
all right.
So we're just gonna take down because they're all shooting, so I want to kind of give
Yep.
myself a little bit of an advantage. So I do that. I reach into my grimy ass pants pockets, and I just pull out some random trinkets and dust and dirt and stuff, and just kind of garble some really really cockney gibberish, and then just start running up the stairs full bore, and trying to kind of not be a straight line run, but just sort of run sort of skittish like.
Yep.
And I'm just going in. I guess I'm just going straight. I'm just coming in hot, jumping at them to just try to gnaw on some faces and stuff. So that's what I'm going to do. And I don't know how well I'll do with only 2 dice, but we'll see. Because it would be brawl, right?
Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
that was a brawl.
Okay. And I don't really have many modifiers at this time. Can you spend a blood to add a dice?
No. I mean, if you want to, I would save my blood, but you can if you want, I suppose.
Okay. I don't think I will this time. I was just curious to see if that was an option or not. Oh, okay. I got a 5.
All right,
off
so
2
you got
dice.
1 success. So
Yeah.
you could either defense, blood, attack towards the objective.
I want to get one blood out of this deal. So I'm just kind of thrust myself into a couple of the officers that are right in front of me.
Yep.
And just sort of very, very what is it? Very ugly done, not very smooth or cool. I just kind of fall in and just sort of gnaw on as I kind of fall into them. I gnaw on one of them on the side of their body and just start to take a big tear out of their side.
Okay.
And feast on blood in a very messy way.
So you did 1 attack on them.
Yes.
And then they got 1 success on you, so you're gonna have to roll on an injury list.
Okay. When I say, so what do you mean roll? I gotta
So
roll.
you roll a 1d6,
Okay.
and then tell me the number.
I got a 2.
So that looks like you lost some fingers on your injury list.
Oh, bloody hell.
One of them was able to use their pistol and just sort of, you put your hand up and your fingers went flying.
Oh, hell, I like that one. That was my favorite finger.
Flint, you're up.
Yes, these abilities, can I only use one per turn or as many as make sense?
As many as makes sense if you've got as long as it's not
Okay.
Just a note, like if it says special, you need to roll a 6 to use that.
Oh, okay.
Six gets you to the special. But the other ones, as long as you've got the ability to do that. So a 6 allows you to do 2/2 or activate the special. The 4s and 5s are damage, defense, or blood.
In that case, I will use the blood that I have earned so far to fly. And I will go up to the second floor where these Nazi officers are all clustered about. And I'll begin knocking hats off of their heads. And if I happen to catch one's skull with my claw, I will then pick him up and throw him at another Nazi, knocking him off the balcony. So that would use 2 blood, and let's see if I get any successes. I got 5 5s. That's a Yahtzee. So I need to roll a 6 specifically for to use special ability.
To do a special, yes.
Okay, so these are not. So that would be 5 regular successes.
Yep, and so you could use them against your objective for blood. I will say they got 3 successes on you, so you might want to consider some defense here.
I am going to. Okay, so that's still. I want to get 1 blood from the guy I'm attacking. I want to knock the other guy off, use him as a projectile to knock another guy off the balcony. So that would be 2 dice. The other 3, I will spend 2 on defense, and the 5th one, what is our objective here besides kill Nazis?
It's to make an entrance, which you guys are doing. Like we're just sort of.
Oh, this is a grand accent.
Yeah.
Grand accent.
All right.
So that's what I'll do.
I have 2 against the Nazis, 2 for defense, and 1 against the objective. If you could roll a 1d6 to see what your injury is, Flint, since there was 1 remaining attack.
That's a 6. What is that?
You are hamstrung.
Okay.
Yeah, you're hamstrung.
Good thing I'm flying.
You do the first one. So one of them's able to get a shot off at your wing, and you are circling around and not getting away as easily as you thought you might. That was Andrew. Why don't we say that? Hey, Chris, why don't you go next?
Sure. So what's the objective here?
And Jonathan's on deck. The objective is to make a grand entrance in this hotel, which you guys are in the process of doing. So you just have a certain amount of points to do that.
All right. I would like to. I would like to do a fix on this car that we're doing.
Oh yeah, nice.
I want to get it so that it drives itself in and up the steps at these guys.
I like it.
So I don't know, it's what the hell? I'll I'm gonna take my tool belt. I'm gonna start jury rigging the shift and the gas, and just do a quick thing to get it going on its own as we jump out of the way. So I have the fix rating.
Yep.
I have the tool belt. It says plus jury rigging. I don't know what that exactly means.
I would say it's what you're doing. So however many dice that gives you. I'm looking up Chuck to see. So
it just says plus jury rigging. So I don't know if that adds 1. Is that?
If it's only got 1 plus, then yes.
All right. So fix and a plus. So that's 5. 5 dice.
Correct.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's see how this little get this bucking bronco up them stairs there. Oh no. That's out of all those dice, only one success. But how about we do a flashback, shall we?
Yeah, I was gonna say, hey, I'm looking at your character sheet. Notice, I'm sure you've seen this, but do you see your corpse eater ability?
Yes, I do. I didn't get any ones though. I didn't roll any.
Oh, okay. All right.
It was 4, 3, 3, 2, 2. So not a lot going on there. So I would love to use a flashback ability here.
All right. Why don't you give me, where's my flashback list? Why don't you give me a 6-sided die?
I rolled a 6.
We're going to say that's a 5 instead. You were also on a secret mission once where you had to steal a cipher machine from a submarine. Give me another flashback.
That's a 1.
While you were on that submarine trying to steal that cipher machine, you were with Cosgrave, and you saved him from certain death. How did that happen?
All right, so we had our hands on the cipher machine, but at that point the integrity of the submarine was collapsing, and it started like it was sinking further down into it, and it started crushing us in, and I was able to grab Cosgrave and push him out of the the hole up top, or whatever you want to call it, the portal up top, push him out before the whole submarine collapsed in on itself. And in that, I was able to, with the flashback, I don't know, like somehow jury rig a flotation device for the both of us to speed our way up to the surface before getting crushed out of the submarines, thus saving myself and Cosgrave.
Very nice. You may roll your dice again for your back in real time.
Cosgrave, we just had a flashback that you missed. I saved your life on a submarine.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
All right, so I got 6, 5, 5, 4, and a 1.
6, 5, 5, 4. So you have basically six successes.
Hard to say, huh?
Yes.
All right.
Wait, and you got a 1? Is that what you said?
Yeah, and 1.
So you're gonna get a blood for eating a corpse of one of the ones that Flint killed. His body drops next to you, and you can suck up his blood.
I do. I take a lick on the blood for luck, and as I send the car up the stairs on its own, to 6 successes. I mean, I'll put some towards the objective, I guess.
Yeah, if you look at your elbow grease. Oh no, you haven't got that yet. Never mind.
No.
Sorry.
No. Yeah. So
you've got So how do you want to divvy up your stuff?
I mean, I guess I'll take 2 to attack.
Yep.
To do damage or whatever.
They have 1 success against you, by the way.
All right. Well, I'll use 1 defense.
Okay.
As I, and then so that's 3, and then I don't know, 3 against the objective.
Sounds good. I think that's good because this truck is just hauling up these very nice, marble staircase, carpeted very nicely, and all of a sudden this armored vehicle is just tearing it all up as it runs up and really wipes out one of these patrols of officers.
Yeah, so like as it's flying up, I'm like running super speed behind it. I see the like a guy about to start shooting at me. I duck behind the armor bar as the bullets clink 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 off the thing, and and then I just, as it waylays through the rest of them, I say, "We are the fiendish allies, not Gauntlet."
John, I think you are up now, and then after John is Chad.
Yes. So Are there only officers on the second floor, or is anyone on the first floor?
There's no officers on the first floor except for the corpses of the ones that Flint has disposed of on his flight up the stairs. So
Okay.
they're all upstairs at the moment.
Okay, so I will rush in behind the car here, and I'm gonna go ahead and use one of my abilities here, blink. So I'm gonna spend 1 blood. I burst into shadows and reform a few feet away.
Ooh,
And I'm gonna do that to sort of like jump up the entirety of the stairs.
nice.
And once I'm up there, I'm going to, just point left, point right with my cut down Lee Enfield rifle and just start blasting away the people who were left and right of the car.
By my count, you've got like 6 dice. Is that right?
I think so. Yes, it's that shoot, close quarters, and infiltrate.
Yep.
All right,
Go
let's
for
do
it.
it. Let's do it. That was the plan.
They have 2 successes. I will let you know that.
Oh, there's 2 6s and a 5, so that's 5 total successes.
Correct.
I will use 2 to go ahead and dodge the bullets while I'm up here. And then I'm going to put 2 towards a shotgun blast to the left, a shotgun blast, or not shotgun,
The rifle, yep.
the rifle, left, right, and then follow up on the right by just gripping one more Nazi that's up there by the wrist and sinking my fangs into his lower arm there and drinking as much as I can.
Very nice. You guys are making some good headway against these Nazis and the objective. Chad, you're going to end up this round. What is Irna doing?
So we've established there's a grand piano in the lobby of this.
It could be wherever you want. It could either be in the lobby or it could be on the second floor where the Nazis are drinking. Whatever suits you.
That suits me, Irna, rather. So at the last second that the Chuck's armored vehicle kind of gets towards the top, Irna ducks out the back. She rolls over. She lands perfectly over on the piano bench and starts singing a song in French with her as like a night singer would be in the club, and she's just kind of going on and que l'amour c'est la verstente ne vos écoute paru et sauter tout, and then she's singing this song at the grand piano, and then she leans, and so what she's going to do is activate dark glamour, and spending a blood by doing such, charm all nearby enemies, and hopefully that gets a bonus because of beautiful surroundings of this.
Yes.
All right, so she's going to roll 5 dice. All right, that's 4, no 6s, but 4 above 3.
Okay. They have 1 success against you. There's one that's like not sure. Like he hates the French so much that your French singing just actually turns him off.
Yeah.
So he's still pointing a gun at you. So there's 1 success against you. How do you want to use your successes?
So I have 3 and they have 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could defense, blood.
Oh no, she knows.
Attack.
Yeah.
You tell me.
As she finishes her song, and 3 of them are clapping and the other one's glaring, she nods to the one, bonjour. He pulls out his pistol, aims it at his head, and pulls the trigger. She says, eso, bonjour. The next one pulls it out and aims at his head and pulls the trigger. And for the third, she goes, bonjour, casse, bonjour, and commands the third to then aim his pistol at the incredulous one and pull the trigger. So there was only one left.
Right.
Well, that is a fancy lady over there.
And hopefully we're
Damn.
making more. Hopefully we're making more of a dramatic entrance by doing so.
All right. Well, the Nazi officers have sort of spread out a little bit, but more have come down from the third floor. Even higher level officers, they were in a special party room. They come out guns a blazing as we start the next round. I don't know. Let's say who hasn't started a round yet? Chris, you haven't started a round. Do you want to start?
Sure, we'll start. We'll start then. Let us. Oh, I don't know. I guess I'm going to start blasting with the old with old Betsy and Maria here, my revolvers. And as bang 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 as I shoot up these officers that start coming straight out of this fancy room. So that's shoot plus duel from +1 from the duel from using the revolvers here, right?
Okay. Yep.
The 1, 2, 3, 4 start blast. So I started blasting. That's 2 4s and a single 1, and then a 2 in the middle there. So
one of the guys has a success against you, so let me know how you want to use your successes.
I'm just gonna I'm just shooting them down. I want to straight up attack. Bang 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 bang.
So you had 2 successes against the threat?
Yeah, the threat.
Right.
Yes.
Perfect.
I'll take the 1, and I am going to add it to get my corpse eater.
Yep.
As blood starts flying, just drinking that up.
Sounds like a plan. Cosgrave, why don't we have you go next?
So
John, you're on deck.
I'm on the second floor. I'm knee deep in like Nazis all around me.
Lieutenant level Nazis, but now there are some captains and majors coming towards you.
Oh yeah. Cosgrave just takes a big whiff. He's like, oh, right. Oh, God, it smells good. Let me see. Yeah, this seems right. I've kind of, because I'm literally right on top of a bunch of people. I'm just gonna pull out my sawed off again.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be point blank, and I'm just gonna be shooting it into the massive Nazi bodies. And that's out of 4 dice. I got 1 success of a 5. Can I do what's the thing?
Would you like to do a
Yeah.
flashback and roll more dice?
Yeah, I would love to. Do I get to keep the 5, or do I have to or does it?
No,
get
you'll
re-rolled?
re-roll everything. But
Okay.
why don't you tell me? Roll a 6-sided die for me.
Okay. I got a 2.
A 2 is, remember that mission you were on, Cosgrave, when you were in the midst of a thunderstorm and you had to rescue those prisoners of war behind enemy lines, trying to get into the camp. And roll me another die.
3.
And along the way, Flint was there with you. He was the one who swooped you in as you attempted to get these POWs out, but you almost lost your life on that mission. How did Flint save your life, and why do you owe your life to him?
It's there I was. I had a bunch of PO dubs. Had a couple of them under, one under each arm. I don't even know what my accent is anymore. I was trying to drag them through some barbed wire. It didn't really work out in my favor. So yeah, got snagged up in some barbed wire. Had a bunch of Nazis up my ass, and they were They had me in a pretty good chokehold. They did, and then out of nowhere swoops Bat Boy. Bat Boy comes just flying in, grabs me, pulls me out of there. I'm dripping blood, but Bat Boy just pulls me right out. Right out, he did. There you go.
And there you are, fighting back to back now on the second floor of this fancy hotel. Cosgrave, you can roll your dice again.
And then Cosgrave goes, "And no, I was there for a second." This time I got 3 successes.
They got 0 successes. So tell me how you want to
Oh, yeah.
allocate your
So-
successes.
Sawed-off shotgun straight to the midsection on a Nazi. If not 2, simply by the spread of the buckshot, right? And then another one, and then I'm going to advance the scenario, right? One. And I'm just gonna grab one. Were there female Nazi officers, or just male?
There can be.
Perfect. Yeah, I forget. We should just be writing this.
There was
to
that female
ourselves.
Nazi in Indiana Jones. Am I right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Say, "Oh, you ain't look half bad. I bet you taste sweeter." And I grab her, the female officer, pull her in, and just like, but it's much more graceful than the last few have been, and I kind of get in this, oh, and I just get out like, oh, and as in France, and I go in to like go for the neck, front of the neck, tear the whole front out, and just kind of like, and just savor for a minute. And
So
get one blood out of the deal.
So blood objective and against the threat, is that correct?
Yes.
Is that how? Perfect.
Yep.
John, you're up. Chad, you're on deck. And then Andrew, you'll finish us off for this round.
Mwahaha. So Nicole, upon seeing more high-ranking Nazis heading this way, decides it's a good time, pulls out a firebomb and lobs it while up on the second floor towards some of the encroaching Nazi captains here. And we're going to see if we can burn the whole place down.
They have 0 successes, which is good for you. They don't even see you coming.
All right. Firebomb is +2 for the fire trap, but then what for the main roll?
Whatever you think. Shoot.
I mean, I like shoot.
Do it then.
All right, let's do it. We're gonna roll 6 dice here. Oh yeah. Okay, there are 2 6s and 2 5s, so that's a total of 6 successes here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually, can I use one of the 6s to do my scavenger special?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that with one of those 6s, right?
Yep.
I get a 3, which replenishes a smoke grenade. Actually, nice.
Yes, you found one underneath one of the Nazi bodies that was over there.
And so, does that use up the 6 then? And I still have the 4.
That uses up one of the 6s. Yes.
Okay.
Or
Okay.
an
Just
A6. Yep.
Just checking.
Yep.
And then I'm going to use all 4 other ones. I'm just going to put towards damage here. We're just trying to take out as many of the Nazis as we can here. Just send them a light.
Yeah. The higher ranked Nazis were not expecting this, and they're just you see one of them screams and goes off the balcony of the second floor.
Oh, hold on. There were 2 4s too. It was 6
okay.
6 5 5 4 4. I forgot about the 4s. Yeah. So all 6 then towards this. We're burning them alive.
God bless it, man! You are killing it.
There's multiple.
Literally.
There's multiple
that,
Nazis
right?
just
Yeah.
falling off the balcony. One of them
Damn,
goes
dude.
running towards towards a big giant window that overlooks the other side of the balcony, like towards the outside, goes crashing through the window on fire, screaming the Wilhelm scream, of course. Ah! And the fire catches on the curtains that are by that window, and so now it's going up in flames. That was Jonathan. No, Chad, you're up, right? And then Andrew.
Yep. So she's over by the grand piano on the second floor balcony, and there's one right next to her, and there's more just coming in. Like literally what you said, they're just always spilling in every direction.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to wrap my headspace around that.
If there's not, if there's opportunities to kill Nazis, there's Nazis there to be killed.
Yes. So she's going to actually finish up her song, take a drag from one of her cigarettes as she finishes singing. The cigarette, those of you who know, she will only smoke that from the pockets of a man who has been hanged. And it's got one of those like long pipes thingies on it because she's like real elegant, like, and puts that back down and pulls up her hunting rifle, which is adorned with. Sorry, the puppy's going crazy.
That's okay.
Thanks. Her hunting rifle that's adorned with all kinds of opal inlay. And she says, I say bonjour, and do say regards from the Federal Allied Night Gathering.
You've come up with the acronym. Thank you.
No, I assume we're just,
go for it.
All in disagreeance of.
I threw out two already. So
yeah. And she takes a shoot with her hunting rifle. She's not in an elevated position unless they're spilling in towards the bottom. Are they coming in towards the top or the bottom?
Let's have them come in towards the bottom so you can take advantage of that elevated position.
There we go. Hey, all right. I don't know if you can see that, but that's 4 6s.
Whoa!
Yes.
Yes. So she finishes off the one next to the piano, and then just kind of takes aim down at the banister and pops off 3 more shots.
I would, if I were you, I would take advantage of, because you did not need to use all those. I would pick up 2 blood for yourself along the way.
Okay. Well,
because a 6 can get you 2 blood, or you could use a special or whatever.
Oh,
I
forgot about that.
Yeah. So you do not need to, because you basically have 8 successes and you don't need that many.
Wow. Thank you for that. Wow, what a critical roll. All right. So in the process, she kind of does her action there. And instead of the one that so she takes a couple shots down the banister to kill a few of those, walks up to the one that is still charmed next to the piano and just sinks her teeth into it. Not by drawing blood per se, but by literally that, getting 2 blood and spending 1 more, and you see her shoulder regenerate.
Oh, nice.
If I understood those, I needed 3.
Yep.
Spent 2. Okay. And then the cigarette also gave me 1. So
nice. Very good. Irna magically heals, and Andrew, we're in the mopping up stages here. There's still a few Nazis running, but now instead of running towards you and getting into the fight like the cowardly men they are, they're trying to run away. You need to do some cleanup work here. The building is aflame between all the ones that Nicole set on fire earlier. the truck that's run up the stairs of the hotel. It's getting crazy up there. What are you going to do?
Well, with only one success, I am going to still try to stretch it. I am going to.
They did not have a success, so you could do what you need.
I will dig my claws into the belly of one Nazi and rip his intestines out, wrap them around the neck of the second one, and throw myself backwards off the balcony and thereby disemboweling the first, strangling the second, and using the uncoiling intestines to slow my descent to the ground, since I can't fly right now.
As you hit the ground, you hear an unusual noise, one that you have not heard in quite some time. It's the French Resistance song. As the
Marseillaise.
Yes, it's the coat clerks, the doormen, the bellhops, the desk clerks. They all start singing. They're so patriotic, and just seeing how much Nazis you have killed, they start singing it and really sort of bowing down before you and all of the work that all of you have done. The last remaining Nazis on the second floor, the very few that are left, see what is happening. They all bite down on the cyanide pills because they do not want to be captured, nor do they want to be degraded by you unholy creatures of the night, these awful vampires. They yell one last Heil Hitler before falling to their deaths with foam coming out of their mouth from the cyanide. You have completed the mission at the Hotel Les Atoyes, and completed that. We are going to wrap things up by giving you each an advance for next session, so you can choose one of those advances on your character sheet so that you've got one extra power when we meet again. And I'd like to wrap off by you telling me where you would want to go next. I would suggest that we start to head beyond Sector 3 into Sector 2, either the metro station or the German Technology Pavilion. Any suggestions? Cosgrave.
All right. Well, we'll take a train, yeah? You want to take a train?
Well, I love the idea of a train riding up. It's like the Old West, man. Take a train ride up, rootin', tootin', shooting all our way through it. I love it.
Are you kidding? It's like the last train to Busan.
Well, that's an anachronism that I don't rightly recall, but I'll go for it.
On your way to the metro station, a couple things happen. One, you each find sort of a Nazi trying to take pot shots at you from different alleyways or hiding places, but no one can get the sneak on you. And each of you gets an extra blood as you are able to easily dispatch of these stray Nazis that are on the street. But you also hear warning sirens going off throughout the town. And you wonder, has one of these Nazis gotten away and alerted the higher ups that you are on the way? You also hear some revving of motorcycles, and perhaps they're on their way to get you. We're going to end up our first session of Eat the Reich there before we start a new mission.
Nice.
Congratulations, vampires, on doing your job, and we will pick it up next week. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah,
That was awesome. Thank you.
All right,
This is
nice.
a fun one.
How do I
When everyone leaves the session, it'll automatically end the
oh, okay. So I don't have to stop the recording.
No.
Cool.
All right.
All right.
Can't wait to kill more Nazis.
Yeah,
What did you guys think of that?
it's fun. That's a really
Good.
fun premise.
Yeah.
The combat on that one was the easiest of any game system so far.
I will say that the Sector 3 that you guys are in is pretty easy. It is going to ramp up from here.
Okay.
as you meet more powerful enemies and they have higher threat ratings. But
Down for
They-
it.
That's
So-
fine. Bring it on.
so figure that out when we meet again next week. And
We're gonna all like come to bat with the craziest shit. You know this, right, Sean? Like all week, we're gonna be thinking about the crazy shit that we can get away with in this game.
Yeah, like
Lay it on you.
yeah,
we're just like putting our feelers out today, but
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
like it's gonna increase. It's not just gonna be your typical scrub Nazis from here. And then
Yeah.
we're a couple weeks out.
Yeah, I'm thinking some nice tag team stuff too, maybe.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
Or
I'm
like some
already
of us
thinking
get
that,
some
too.
of us get together on a group attack or something.
Yeah. Grand piano triple Nazi suicide is going to be the least crazy thing.
So I will prepare for the metro station and a couple other, well, you'll see what else is in sector 2, and then you're heading towards sector 1, which is where the Eiffel Tower is, and some even higher level stuff. So
Cool.
good times.
Sounds good.
Hope you had
Awesome.
fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
All right.
See you next week.
And we'll see
See
you
you
around.
next week, gang. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, John.
Hey, gang. That was pretty intense. I hope you enjoyed Eat the Reich. We'll be back next week with more Nazi killing. We look forward to having you back. And as always, thanks for listening. Hey there, listeners. Would you like to support the Wednesday Night Crew as we go on adventures in Eberron, as well as our other adventures in other systems like Basin, Alien the Role-Playing Game, Call of Cthulhu, and many others? Then be sure to visit patreon.com/Eberron Adventures. Heck, you could be as famous as our supporters Jonathan, Andrew, and Sean. You'll get your name up in lights. Well, maybe not lights, but how about the end credits? Soon enough, we will be adding more tiers to our Patreon with cool things like character names, character creation, homebrew items. The list will be endless. So please be sure to visit patreon.com/Eberron Adventures to donate and be a part of the family. And as always, see you next week.